All right, we're going to call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock on the dot. Thanks everybody for coming. I'm going to just throw, Jen, if you can throw out the agenda as well, that would be great. Perfect. I'd like to start off the meeting by acknowledging and respecting the Indigenous peoples within whose traditional lands we are meeting today. And I'm looking for a motion to adopt the agenda.
I move to adopt the agenda.
Moved by Katrina.
Second, Fike.
Thank you, Councillor Fike. Any errors or concerns? Hearing none. Anyone opposed to the agenda? Great. Hearing none. All in favor, I think if you raise your hands or digital hands, that's great. Yeah, we're looking at the agenda now, so it's hard to see everyone. Okay, I'm going to say carried. Perfect. We have minutes from March 3rd. Can I get a mover and a seconder to adopt those?
I'll move. Fike.
Thank you, Councillor Fike. I see.
Popoff seconds.
Director Popoff, second. Thank you. Any errors on the minutes? Hearing none. All in favor? Great. Okay, carried. Okay, we don't have any delegates, and so now we have the spring grant applications. We have a total requested of 13,528 from 4 groups, and staff were kind enough to let us know that it's about 5,665. It's not about. It is 5,665 if we do half in this intake, half in the next. We don't have to do that, but that's what it is. Would we like to start off with, I'm not sure exactly how this process has gone before, but Jenna or Alana, does any suggestions? Do we just start from the floor?
Yeah, so through the chair, basically what has happened before is you have a description of what you would go off of for your voting or for each one. And then you would generally divide the 5,000 per each one if you would like, or and just discuss your thoughts on those ones. So just keep in mind that 11,000 is for this spring intake as well as the fall intake as well. So generally, you go through and you talk about each one, and you have that scale that you go off of.
Perfect. So why don't we just start with well, let's just go down the list and get a sense of how people are feeling. I'm open to hearing comments from the floor from people on the commission. So let's start with Slocan Lake Arts Council, who's requesting 1,028. I see Tanya Gordon has unmuted.
I'll start the conversation. Yeah, I'm okay with giving them the full amount. I'm actually okay with giving all the lower amount full amounts and then just dividing up. What would it be? Just over 2,000 for the last one. So that's my thoughts on it all.
Great. Thank you, Mayor Gordon. Councillor Fike, I saw you unmuted as well.
Yeah, I'm aligned with Tanya a little bit. I'm good with the full amounts of Slocan Lake Art Council and Harvest Share Bear Aware and North Slocan Trail Society. And I wouldn't give the full, I don't know how to express this, but to ask for $10,000 seems a bit, I'm just taken aback a bit by that request, looking at their financials and things. So if I wanted to put it out there, I'll throw it against the wall. We've done this before. So I would give full amounts to Slocan Lake Art Council, full amounts to Harvest Share, full amounts to North Slocan Trail Society, which comes well under the 5,565, and perhaps the rest to Haven for Ecology, although I look at their financials and compared to the other financials, they're really rich. And to ask for 10,000 kind of, I don't know how other people feel. I'd love to hear it. It just seems like that's a large amount to ask for. If you ask for the sky, maybe don't get it, but you get something less. I don't know. It just feel a bit affronted.
I see Director Popoff has come off mute. Do you want to go ahead?
Yes, if you don't mind, I would agree with John Fike on the allocations that he's done there, and I have a concern about that Haven for Ecology getting the balance of it, and like he said, based on their budget and exactly what they're doing. They did quote me for a letter of support, but it wasn't for this grant. It was for Columbia Basin Trust grant.
Gotcha.
So can I just confirm? Because it sounded to me like John said the same thing that I did. So the just over $2,000 to the Haven of Ecology. But
That's what I
Walter, are you saying that you don't want to fund them at all, or are you saying that you want to fund them the last portion of the 5,000?
What I said is I agree with John Fike. The balance goes to Haven for Ecology.
Go ahead, Erica.
Yeah, I don't really agree with giving them the balance of it. I just, after reading their grant proposal, and I live in Hills, so I've gone down there and kind of seen the site and what's going on. Also, I know traditionally we've had quite a few grants in the fall that really services the community that are more reasonable asks. Like, I wouldn't even just give them the balance. I would give them, I don't know, a much lower amount. That's just my personal opinion.
Perhaps something like 1,000. Okay, just to get a number so that we, Mitchell, do you have anything to add?
I was thinking exact same thing, but then what do you do with the other $1,000, whatever is left over? Does that just carry forward?
It carries to the fall. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that 100%.
Okay, so we have 3 saying the balance, 2 saying 1,000.
I would probably agree with Erica, and I'd give him $1,250.
Okay. So it sounds like everybody's in consent. Have I missed anyone? Is there another screen? I think I've got
Observer.
Observer. If they're an observer, if they're actually a commissioner, I'm not sure. Is it any of these?
No.
Folks? No. Okay.
It's Fike here. I agree with Erica, maybe to carry it over. I just feel affronted by the ask for 10,000, and maybe that's wrong. But the fact that they use a letter that Walter didn't actually write for this particular grant is also interesting to me. I mean, I would give them $500. It's just the way I feel. It's an emotional thing, and I don't know why it is, but and carry the rest forward. So I wouldn't give them the balance that's left to the 5,565. I'd give them less than that and carry it forward, because traditionally the fall sees more grant applications.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would be in favor of that too.
I kind of disagree, John, that I think that when you ask for $10,000, they probably didn't know what the size of the pot was. Like, in our advertisement, does it say, and correct me, does it say that we have $8,000 to give out and they asked for 10? So they might not understand the budget of Rec Commission. And so you just ask for what you think you need. So I don't think that they knew what this granting formula was. So I'd go ahead.
I wasn't trying to cut you off, Katrina. I'm comfortable with 500 too. Like, having gone down there somewhat recently, I just don't really see how what they're proposing would contribute to more people recreating down there. And even in the proposal, she talked about kind of more swamp rehab and stuff like that. Whereas in the fall, like we often see, I mean, even this fall, if you guys will remember, Danica, I guess you won't, but we gave the Silverton Club for Canada Day, remember we gave them grant money in the fall because they applied actually early when they would have normally applied in the spring, just to make sure there was grant money. There's always lots of things happening in the fall with like the ski season and the snowmobiles. And, you know, now with some of these clubs applying early for their stuff, I just don't like, I mean, I've supported this project in the past, but it doesn't seem to me that the money is actually going to go to a lot of people recreating. If you go down there, like you can drive down there now if you are a less accessible person, or if you walk down there, there are like little paths, but then they kind of just stop off and keep you back from going into the swamp. I just don't really see what they're going to do that would further recreation in that area.
Anyone have comments on those points? Go ahead.
I'd still go up from 500 a little bit, but I'm.
Well, we went from 2,000 and change down to around 1,000, down to 500. Do we want to go somewhere in the middle at 750, and then it's less than all the other three, but it's I'm always the compromise person who's like, go for something in the middle.
Yeah, if I may, Danica, I would suggest $1,000 would be fair rather than 750 or 500, whatever. So I'm willing to drop down from what was said before, 2,000 down to 1,000.
I heard you agree. So I have two at 1,000. I think we've got Erica at 500, Councillor Fike, I think came down to 500. I think that was your suggestion in the beginning. Mayor Gordon or Mitchell, any thoughts on the final number?
Yeah, I'm good with 1,000.
I would support 1,000.
Okay. I would support 1,000 as well, which I think is the majority. So that would bring our total to 4,528, which leaves 5,300 and something rather. I'm not going to do the maths in my head. Carrying over to the next fall intake. So can I get a motion for those amounts unless there's any further discussion? I see. Okay, I saw Tanya's hand go first. Walter can second.
Yes.
Perfect. All in favor? Hands. Okay, carried. Great. Great discussion, everybody. I think, yeah, it's at least there wasn't, I mean, in some ways it's great that there's not that many applications. It makes our life a little bit easier. So the next item on our agenda is the fall grant intake. And that probably has when is that? Like in October, typically? Jenna or Alana, do you want to give us the dates that are typically?
Yes, so generally it is in October. So it would be at your next meeting, before your next meeting. So your next meeting is scheduled for August 26th. So that is when you would discuss further what kind of action you want to take, if you would like to place an ad, how you would like to advertise. And then generally in October, that is when you would review the grants. And generally people give about a month or 2 months to do a grant intake. And then at that meeting, you would review them.
I have some concerns with making decisions on August 26th because I'd like to get a sense from this group if we want to make sure that the meeting happens before the general election. Because if it happens right after, then there's that funky period of, people changing over. So do we want to make any decisions about advertising now ahead of the August 26th meeting so that staff can action that, so that we can have that 1 to 2 months before meeting?
Through the chair, what's the date of the election?
October 17th, I believe.
point. Get over with before then.
Perhaps can we suggest that I need to look at a calendar.
I know our last meeting was the first week of November. Wasn't in October, but close enough.
Yeah, I think the meeting was scheduled for November, the 7th or something, the 2nd. Yeah, I think, November the 3rd was when we scheduled it.
Okay. Well, that's yeah, it's just a question on whether or not inaugural meetings will happen and people will be appointed to positions or not by that point following the election. Go ahead.
Can we advertise sort of like at the 1st of August, so the advertisement gives people August and September, and then we have the meeting early in October prior to election, so that it's done.
Jenna and Alana, as staff, do you have any recommendations on this, or like, am I out to lunch and we should just stick with the November?
No, I absolutely agree. Advertisement should go out early, and as a commission, you would decide if you want to put money into advertising. So I don't have a full cost on what that would be, but that is something as a commission that you would decide if you would like to even pay for advertising, or if you are okay with it being posted on the RDCK website, as well as it gets posted on the RDCK Facebook post. So we do that. We do what our communications lead calls blasts, and she sends them out as reminders. And we do that. But we do have other commissions that post advertisements in their newsletters as well, or their community, like the Valley Voice, for example. They put that out there, and they do find that very helpful. So if you do want staff to do that, we do have to have a little bit of time to ensure that we get that in at the appropriate time and that people see it as well. So I would agree. I would think that you may want to decide on that at this meeting and then still do the grant intake for the November.
Okay. Go ahead, Director Popoff.
Yeah, I would kind of suggest exactly what Jenna said, is run an ad in the Valley Voice and make that decision here now when to run the ad. But distribution of the grants after the election might be problematic. I would suggest we do the distribution of the grants before the election. And then that way we have the current members there. After the election, things can change.
Yeah, I'm concerned that considering New Denver and Silverton only have one regular meeting a month, and like when that meeting would take place to then appoint directors might not happen.
And that's exactly my concern too with the regional district, that the new people that are elected, assuming there will be new people elected, that then they would have to get sworn in. And by the time they appoint somebody, it might take a while. So I think it would be better for us to consider advertising early and have the grants decided before the election.
So Walter, are you putting forward a motion to put an ad in the Valley Voice in, let's say, the first issue in August?
Yes, I am.
Great. Copy whatever's been done before.
Correct.
I'll second that.
Katrina seconds.
If I could jump in.
Go ahead.
I've got the Valley Voice publication schedule in front of me. So August 13th is a publication, and the submission date for the August, this is where 13th is August 7th, sorry.
Okay.
So the ad would need to be submitted to the Valley Voice August 7th in order to make the 13th publication.
Great. Walter, did you still have something?
Yeah, and that would be today. Actually, I think we can probably talk to the Valley Voice and submit the ad tomorrow And it might work. Generally, Friday is their deadline for publications or anything that goes into the Valley Voice. So we probably
I don't think the deadline's today. I think it's August 7th for the August 13th issue.
well, we would want it in the paper as soon as possible. So August 13th issue would probably work. Would it not? I don't know. John's more familiar with this than I am.
Yeah. I think August 13th is good, because if we open it August 13th, right, on publication day, and have it run, you said 1 to 2 months. Maybe we open it August 1st, but the ad doesn't come out till August 13th, and then close it sometime in September and have a meeting either late September or early October. I see Mayor Gordon nodding her head in affirmation. I still want account.
Okay, it's Spike through the chair.
Go ahead.
What's the logic of opening it without advertising it first?
You can advertise on social media.
Okay, but so the grants open on the 1st of August, you're saying, Danica, and then when would they close? September, whatever, 4th or something? I don't know.
Well, Jenna said a month to 2 months. So if we get, to 2 months, it you could do September 14th. That gives people 2 weeks into September. Staff can put together the package the 14th to the 17th, 18th, send it over, and we can have a meeting either September 24th or October 1st.
August 1st.
October 1st.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that sounds good. A meeting, so we moved the November meeting from
Yeah.
the 3rd November, we moved that meeting to October 1st, you're saying, Danica?
Yeah, that gives us 2 weeks to review the package.
Perfect. I think that's good myself.
Jenna and Alana, did you get all that?
I'm sorry, I cut out.
No worries. And I see, sorry, Director Popoff, go ahead.
Yeah, just a question I've got. I know when elections are coming off, the directors are not allowed to distribute any grants before the election. So I'm not familiar with commissions. Are we allowed to distribute the grants just before the election?
I don't know. Jenna or Alana, do you know?
Through the chair, yes.
We can. Okay.
Yes, you can.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Got caps. So I've got open August 1st, advertisement August 13. I mean, you can start the social media before that. Deadline September 14th. Staff get to put it together 14 to 18. Meeting October 1st. That was what? There. I'm seeing nods. Can I get a motion to adopt that schedule?
Can I just hear that from Jenna through the chair? Or Alana?
Through the chair, I'm not taking meeting minutes, but Alana is. From my understanding, it would be August 1st that we would open the advertisement on the RDCK social media and website. And then there would be an ad in the Valley Voice for I believe it was the August 15th or 14th publication. Danica, please correct me if I'm wrong. 13th, thank you. And then we would have the applications closed for September 14th. Staff has till the 18th to put them together. And then you've changed the November meeting to, I believe you said October 1st. Is that correct?
I'll move that motion.
Thank you. Okay, moved by Mayor Gordon. Do we have a seconder?
I'll second, right?
By Katrina. Sorry, John. She beat you to it.
Oh, geez.
Any other discussion? Is everybody okay with this plan? Okay. Hearing none, I would just say that if more people can share the posting on social media or send it to groups, that'll help us get more applications. So I know that I learned my lesson this time around, and we'll probably do a little bit of promotion as well. But hearing no other comments, I will call the question. All in favor? Erica and Mitchell, I'm hoping you're in favor. Great. I see a thumbs up.
Yeah,
And then that's
In
good.
favor.
Perfect. Let's
Yes.
see. So our next meeting is for August 26th, which won't be related to the grants other than, I mean, the advertisement will. Go ahead, Director Popoff.
Yeah, so then I don't know if we need a motion to change our meeting from November to October the 1st. Or are we still going to have a meeting in November also?
Go ahead, Alana.
Sorry, you do have to make a motion to change the meeting if you are, or to add another meeting.
Well, I would make a motion that we have our meeting in October the 1st to discuss grants and award the grants.
Instead of November. Okay, that's a motion. Do we have a seconder? Mayor Gordon? Okay, all in favor? Carried. But we'll still have our August 26th meeting in case there's anything else that we need to discuss that's Rec 6 related. Perfect. Okay. Do we have any questions from the public? Just giving our observer a chance. Okay.
I have one question. Should we keep the November 1st meeting though? Like we didn't get rid of
We got rid of
meeting.
it. We just approved that motion.
Okay.
I think that's okay because we'll have the same problem in that
Yeah.
the commissioners will be different. So it might need a bit more time. Okay, then can I get a motion to adjourn? I'm looking for somebody.
Director Popoff moves adjournment.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, Jenna and Alana, for all your support and help here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, have a good evening, everybody.